from Maria Valtorta's notebooks of 1945 to 50. An entry dated 23rd of July 1945. The martyrs Flora and Mary of Cordoba. Perhaps to console me for the vision I lost, and help me get over the anxiety I'm left with when, on account of entirely human affairs, I'm prevented from devoting myself to my work, I am now clearly presented with the strange vision of a cellar, certainly a jail in some castle, a Muslim castle, for I see an ugly-looking fellow dressed as a Turk or an Arab, but he looks to me more like a Turk from a former period, with a long brown kaftan, from which a petticoat made of a dark red shiny cloth like silk emerges, with long trousers, which are clasped at the malleolus. He's wearing heelless slippers of red Morocco leather. He has a brown hat in the shape of a truncated cone, with a circle of emerald green cloth twisted around it like a turban. The apparent jail or cellar, its windows are at ground level, is structured as follows. From a low corridor into which a short stepladder descends, the entrance is through an aperture in the form of a rounded arch into a low dark room like a cellar. In the centre of the room is a square rock with a big iron ring in the middle. The floor is beaten earth. This is the place, which I'm not at all able to depict with a sketch. A very pretty young woman is brought in. Her hands are tied behind her back, and she is practically thrown down the 5 steps leading into the corridor, which precedes the gloomy room, where the personage described above is waiting for her, pacing restlessly. In his high belt, I forgot to mention this before, which keeps his robe in place, there is inserted a long curved scimitar with a bejewelled hilt and a scabbard damasked in gold. I'm asking you for the last time. Do you want to leave the religion of the Jewish dogs and return to the holy faith of the Prophet? No. Be careful. You know that in the land of the Moors there is veneration of one alone, Mohammed, the true prophet of Allah. And you know the fate which awaits the apostates. I know, but remain believers in your faith, and I'll remain a believer in mine. Believe in yours, which is false, and I'll believe in mine, which is true. I'll have you stripped of life amidst torments, but you will not strip me of heaven with its rejoicing. You will lose health, life, joy, everything. But I will find God and his mother, the Virgin Mary, and my mother, who begot me for God. The man stamps his foot with rage, and orders that she be flogged with iron rods. They tear the clothes off the girl's body, and she appears naked down to her waist. They pull her clothing down over her hips, without untying her hands, which are thus left covered by her clothes. They tie a rope around her neck, as if it were a necklace, and secure her to the ring, after making her kneel alongside the square block, in such a fashion that her chin is touching the hard rock. And then 2 sinewy jailers from the escort that has dragged her there start fiercely striking blows to her young shoulders, neck and head. Each blow raises up a blood-filled blister on her tender white flesh. Her chin, as her head is being stricken, knocks harshly against the stone and gets wounded, and of course her teeth crack against each other, bringing pain. Since she is kneeling at a distance from the block, with her hands tied behind her back, and forced to remain bending over at nearly a right angle, she cannot find relief in any way, and in addition to the blows, that position itself is a torture.